The following broadcast is brought to you by Mark.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows like the one you're about to enjoy, visit electronicmediacollective.com. And now, our feature presentation.
The following broadcast is brought to you by Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. Marked Out Wrestling Podcast is not affiliated, nor do our opinions reflect those of WWE, NXT, TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, or any other professional wrestling promotion.
Coming this fall to CWN. What do you get when you take 3 former radio personalities and add 1 former professional sports marketing guru with a love of Jägermeister, a narcoleptic Puerto Rican who's definitely not Mexican, a former indie wrestler with a racist gimmick and a plastic hip, and top it off with a gullible black chick from the south side of Chicago? A Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. Starring Adam Baum as the educated one, Brody Robb as the authority. Hashtag fuck you. Steve Austin as the old one. Kiera as the queen. Brian the Heavy as the well-spoken one. Medine as the Mexican.
What the fuck did you just call me?
I mean, the engaged one. And finally, special guest appearance by Colonel Bob Memphis as the lover of all things Ziggler.
Nothing came through on that.
I said Ziggler, not Diggler. Coming this fall on CWN.
Transmission from Marked Out Wrestling Podcast begins in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin broadcast.
Welcome to RAWESOME, a rare RAWESOME where Adam Baum, that is me, is the host. Rob is breaking his streak to miss us tonight, but he will be back tomorrow. Tonight we got a different original 3. Brian is joining us. Hey, Brian.
What is going on, guys?
And he'll be on the chat board chiming in with you guys in a second. You can tell us who's on the board. Stevie's working our regular board.
Trying to get the swing of things again. I'm good, though. How you doing?
I'm glad to see you, Stevie. It is 2017. We are our first show of the new year.
Yeah, man.
And Raw brought it, I thought, tonight. They did a pretty good job. One of the big things, I thought they did a lot of good Raw storylines tonight, like ones that'll last the next few weeks, kind of setting them up.
A crap load of matches tonight.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. They set up storylines that will be Raw exclusives, give these guys kind of a chance to see if they can get a pop.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, they're really just planting seeds and kind of, this is kind of the road to, the Rumble and maybe even Mania and further.
See if any of these guys are going to get a push. Maybe that's what it is, or pop tests, whatever. Before we do anything, let's get into some housekeeping, Stevie.
We can do that. Try this again.
No worries. We love you, Stevie.
We'll get there.
There it is.
No, thank you. Sleeping.
Housekeeping?
You come back in an hour.
Here are your Marked Out Wrestling housekeeping notes. Subscribe to our YouTube page, Marked Out Pro Wrestling Podcast, and listen to our live reaction shows throughout the week. Monday Night RAWESOME, following Raw every Monday at 11:30 p.m. Tuesday night SmackDown, following SmackDown Live every Tuesday at 11 p.m. NXT Takedown every Thursday at 2 p.m. Special live shows Sunday nights after every WWE pay-per-view. You can download our podcast on Podbean, iTunes, and other podcast providers the day after each WWE event. Follow us on Twitter and chat with us throughout the week at Smart Mark Show. Send your thoughts and opinions via our email, markedoutpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us to get a better look inside our faction on Instagram at Marked Out Wrestling. Call us during a live broadcast or leave a message for a future show on our U Record Studios fan line, 704-444-0084. Like us on Facebook to argue politics and religion at facebook.com/markedout1. That's marked out the number 1. Finally, see what is coming up throughout the week on our website, www.markedoutwrestling.com. Get connected.
Mister, if you don't shut up, I'm going to kick 100% of your ass.
Can you dig it, sucker, sucker?
So even though we got a different host, we got a normal Rawsome lineup here. We're going to start with, kind of dirt sheets, extra big-ass topics, and the whole 9 yards. Who's on the board with us, Brian?
Let's see. We've got Swag Ninja 98. We got Noah, obviously. Trollberg.
What's up, guys?
John Estrada. Let's see.
Everybody.
Yeah.
A-lister in the house.
Roberto.
Yeah. Mircha Meech. Yeah, we got a bunch of people.
Meech and Meech. We haven't seen him in a while.
Juan
Welcome
Rodriguez,
back,
too.
Meech
Hey,
and
what's
Meech.
up, guys?
Hey, yeah, Juan. Good to see Juan.
Let's get into some dirt sheets, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
let's get into dirt sheets.
Let's
Who's
do it.
got it tonight? Brian, are you kicking us off?
I can. Yeah.
Why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, let's do it. So I guess it wouldn't be a dirt sheets if we didn't have another. Let's say another Alberto Del Rio arrest.
Arrest.
He's always getting in trouble.
Yeah. According to the Austrian website Krone, he was arrested Friday, December 30th, and this happened in Austria. Del Rio and his brother El Hijo del Dos Caras reportedly left an indie event in Austria and ended up involved in a brawl at an Austrian nightclub the same night.
Interesting.
And I know,
Was Paige around? Was she present or mentioned?
It doesn't say that she wasn't with him, but I know over on her Instagram he gave her this huge fucking ring. Big ass fucking ring. And now I don't know if he kind of needs it for bail money, right? But
I'm sure. But doesn't he have like a ton of money? Wasn't that?
He does.
It was more than just a gimmick when he had his own personal ring announcer, right? Like he was wealthy.
He's definitely. He definitely made a name for himself before WWE, and even when he was there, he was making. He was making top dollar. So yeah, dude's well off, I'm sure. But
and if you invest right,
if you keep doing shit like this, man,
it's gonna
wild.
Go yeah, but here's the thing. You don't have to worry about. This is one of the things people get lost about. Celebrities, athletes, they don't have to worry about a record. When you have that much money, you can afford not to work if you do it right.
Oh, sure. And people have a short-term memory. He could just have another match, and everyone will just forget about all the stuff that he's done in the past. But
yeah, wasn't there a Paige sighting tonight?
I don't think so.
Or in Tampa?
I don't know, Stevie.
She was there just to get a medical checkup on her neck, and she left apparently right after that.
So we don't really know if it was.
She was backstage, but
we don't really know anything about it. If it were
left together,
dirt sheet worthy. Stevie, what do you got?
Well, according to ProWrestling.net, and actually we saw this teased tonight on the show. But it bears
it's confirmed.
Noting the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels will be on Raw next week in New Orleans, and kind of wondering what's the significance of that. What's it foreshadowing?
Like if any of those other dirt sheet rumors about HBK are true, like he might be coming back for a match or a run.
Well, Rumble's in San Antonio, and maybe Shawn Michaels might be a surprise entrant, or there could be an announcement like that.
Well, since you teased that, one of the things we're doing for the Rumble predictions is we're going to pick 2 returning legends, 2 returning superstars. We're going to try and pick the final 4, and we're going to try and pick the overall winner. So that's going to be a lot of fun for us to decide. I would put HBK at the top of the list, though, of rumors. It's in his hometown.
Yep.
It'd be a weird thing, though, don't you think, Brian, to come out of retirement just for a Rumble appearance?
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless there's a good showing, get eliminated, but...
there's just so much baggage, though, that comes with it. It's not just he can just come back and just show up for this. Obviously, there's got to be more to it. It's HBK.
A continuing story. You couldn't just end
he can. It's not just a one and done. With him, in my opinion.
I wouldn't come out of retirement just for that.
Right.
It would have to be more than that. So, but still, odds are just hometown that he would be a guy you would pick. What else, Stevie?
According to PW Insider, they noted recently that the WWE hasn't been happy with the Renee Young and Dean Ambrose relationship going public when it did. But this hasn't stopped them from using it on television, so I don't know if it's going to continue to be a work or
this makes no sense to me because it went public on SmackDown just recently, but hasn't it? I don't watch it. Hasn't it been public? I wish Rob was here. On Total Divas.
I don't want... Kiara would help, too.
Has what been public?
Renee Young and Dean Ambrose being a couple. Wasn't she added to this season?
They're always seen as couples all over the place, so it makes total sense.
And here's the other thing. Everybody lives too much in the public eye right now to have a relationship where we don't know about it. We were talking about rumors of Zack Ryder and Emelina breaking up and all these other couples that were split up by the brand split.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard not to know some of their personal lives in this digital age. Was that it, Stevie?
I had a couple more things. Chris Hero is working for Evolve on Royal Rumble weekend, so including a show running at the same time as TakeOver in San Antonio. So if he's coming to the WWE, like there's been rumors, it would have to be until after February.
Right.
And I guess we just move on to.
Well, no, I've got a big one.
Oh, you got the huge one.
I've got a big one.
Good. Let's hear it.
This one was courtesy of Rob. He said that Kurt Angle has announced that he is not taking any bookings starting in April because he is coming back to the WWE. Now it's unconfirmed in what capacity. We kind of marked out and teased that American Alpha are champs. Maybe Team Angle comes back and maybe he's just a handler. Maybe he's gonna replace somebody on the mic. Who knows? But we're not teasing this time, Brian. It was Kurt Angle said it.
Did we actually hear it from his mouth though?
Yeah, well, his Twitter, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like that kind of rumor kind of always comes around WrestleMania. You know, I mean, just to kind of stir stuff up.
But here's the other thing. Since it's not saying that he's wrestling, and Bob has told us many times that he's not cleared medically, what if he takes Daniel Bryan's place? It's around the time that the baby would probably be due. I mean, outside of kayfabe.
I feel like he just has a little bit more. He still thinks that he can. I mean, he's very capable of still going, and I feel like in his mind, he still wants to wrestle. I don't think he really wants to take kind of that that general manager role just yet.
Maybe just at first. Maybe just as a work.
Could be.
Maybe then Bryan comes back and they
just to get his foot in the door.
Yeah, and two guys with neck injuries can wrestle. I don't know. Call it a career-ending neck injury match.
Be fun to watch.
See, Stevie's on board.
Yeah, man.
All right, so let's move on then, I guess, to
Extra big ass topics.
So we got some fun ones tonight. I'm going to run through the list and then we'll go back and actually talk about them. Number 1, Wacky Waving Contender.
I like that title.
Yeah. Number 2, Ready to Rumble. Number 3, Fuck, That Hurts.
Yes.
It did.
Very much so.
Number 4, Shoulda Happened Last Week.
Shoulda.
And number 5, the KO Showdown. Let's get it started.
Hang on.
Number 1, Wacky Waving Contender. So we kind of, before they teased the Sasha promo of her and Nia Jax, because I forgot about it because it was 2 weeks ago, I thought maybe they were going to do a triple threat at Rumble when they announced that this was the number 1 contender match between Bayley and Nia Jax. And then they showed that Sasha promo, and it was like, nope, here she comes. She's going to screw this over, and it is going to be Bayley.
I mean, I guess they could still throw Nia in there. Why couldn't they?
I think Nia and Sasha are basically one of these, like I teased in the open, these are one of those Raw kind of rivalries. It might build to something, but this is just one of those that's going to be just on Raw rivalries. They're going to have a series of matches or attacks or whatever.
It's just another way to keep squashing Sasha, like we kind of thought may be happening soon.
Yeah, send her back down. That's not uncharacteristic when you lose the title to kind of go back to the beginning. So maybe also give a vaulting stepping stone for Nia Jax. They got to be careful the way they do this work. Otherwise, you're not building a division and you don't have contenders lined up for post-Bayley Charlotte. The thing that I hated about this, guys, I'm tired of Queen of the pay-per-views now, is what they're going to call Charlotte. Because of her record, whatever it is, 13, 16, fuck, I don't know how many she's won in a row.
Oh, I don't know.
They're calling her the Queen of the pay-per-views.
It's a little premature.
That's what they dubbed her.
Don't you think?
It wasn't just her tonight. Everybody said it. The announcers kept plugging it to death.
Does that mean it's true?
I mean, her record does speak for itself.
I guess.
Undefeated since she got moved up from NXT.
Is it really?
That's what they're hanging their hat on now.
She has not lost a pay-per-view match. She's lost the title several times.
Wow.
but she has not lost the pay-per-view match.
Let's see what the board.
It's the chat board.
Let's
chime in.
What are these knuckleheads?
What do you got? Somebody chime in.
Let's see. We got Noah. He's saying, I want to see Cena turn heel live so effing badly, man.
We've been predicting it, but it hasn't happened.
Meech and Meech, Women Royal Rumble match. What do you think about that?
They couldn't. If they did it as a pre-show, I think it
doesn't. It kind of takes away the luster of it, though.
But the division's not broad enough.
I agree.
So they couldn't do 30. What do they do? 20? And I mean, they can't even do 20.
That'd be a stretch.
Right. So they do 15 and make it a pre-show. I
don't
know.
Throw some NXT girls in there, maybe.
But here's the thing: what would they do for the winner gets the title shot at Mania? I mean, it'd be too similar.
I agree.
I wouldn't mind them trying to do it one time, some point, but not in the Rumble. the Rumble is an exclusive thing that happens once a year, and I wouldn't want to take anything away from it. Anything else on the board, Stevie?
You mentioned that Christian Torres is still with us. He minus the Roman parts. He was talking about the how about the show has been that good tonight, but
CT, way to be a little positive. He must be having
Robert
fun.
Allen says powerbomb from the top rope.
No,
I wonder who that was.
No, actually, that was Brian.
I think that was me.
Oh,
Brian's logged in.
Was it me? Yeah, I'm on my own
You're
page.
logged in as Rob.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think I'm logged in as myself.
Oh, who knows?
Okay, you want to move on?
Yeah, of course I do.
Please.
Number 2, Ready to Rumble. So here are the list of people who have announced. These are the Raw Rumble entrants. We got Braun Strowman announced tonight. We, of course, already knew about Brock and Goldberg. The New Day.
That was a little bit premature, but yeah, that's good to hear. At least they started the ball rolling there.
Yep. Xavier, Big E, Kofi, and Y2J all joined the mix. So we've got, 7 guys in the Rumble out of the 30 announced as of tonight. So that's a good stepping stone. It's starting to build momentum, if you will.
Do you think they're going to do it even, 15 and 15?
They have to.
Yeah.
In my opinion, well, no. They don't have to, because if there's returning superstars and legends,
right?
But
maybe who's going to get screwed out of the locker room? That's another bet you could take.
Well, SmackDown's roster is smaller, so I'm sure they're going to get screwed.
Vaudevillains.
Yeah, most of those tag teams don't deserve a spot. You're Connor and Victor. I mean, we'll cover that stuff tomorrow when we get some SmackDown entrants. But that's our list of who's joining the Rumble.
3.
Fuck that hurts. Wow. Sammy, Braun Strowman. Hell of a match. Did you guys see the welts?
He dished some punishment himself, but at the end,
Braun Strowman,
welts,
he had 3 solid kendo stick shots that you could see on his back around his shirt. I can't imagine what it looked like underneath it, and he took at least 3 solid chair shots. The guy was pretty much, he took a beating tonight.
I mean, they both were laying it in. Even the stuff that didn't even involve any kind of weapons. I mean, even just the clotheslines and the shots to the back. I mean, those guys were working snug for sure.
And those 2 slams right before they counted to 10 on Sami Zayn, those slams outside the ring. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's no joke. Taking a running power slam in the ring anyway. Yeah, but I mean, doing it on the outside. Oh God.
And it was hard to watch toward the end.
His ribs could have been crushed right there.
One of the things that Brian pointed out. Normally, when they fall off the stage, they fall off onto one of those gym mats or one of those pole vaulting kind of fluff pieces or
the
whatever.
Crash pads,
right?
That you can kind of tell
exactly, or cardboard boxes.
The drapes over them and stuff. You can't tell.
But did you notice it was tables?
Yeah,
they actually went through tables.
Yeah, the old school wrestler and can appreciate that they actually used
real
table. Yeah,
and it was the first. I don't know. I'm sure Braun took some chair shots in the Wyatts, but not like this. He never really showed his stripes until tonight in this fashion, like in a hardcore way. Like he took a beating. He didn't just dish one out. He took one.
And I mean, kudos to Sammy too. I mean, that's one of the things that I love about him most is, I mean, he can take a beating, and I mean, he just makes the other guy look like $1 million.
But do you think he falls still in that Tommy Dreamer role? I mean,
how so?
In terms of they can keep crushing him, he doesn't need victories like this. This was. He looked a little better, but in the end, I mean, he was stretchered off, and he was attacked again off the stretcher.
Yeah, I could see the Dreamer comparison. I think he's got a little bit more. I think he'll get some title shots and title runs.
My concern is, and Stevie, I don't know if you echo this. Where does Sammy go from this at the end of this rivalry or whatever it is?
I mean, you can applaud him for what he did, but there's he other than he hinted at he wanted to renew the KO rivalry. I don't know what becomes with it.
Of course, he wants to renew the KO rivalry. That was the last time he won and KO's the champ.
Who's left? I mean,
what about Sammy going into in the Rumble? I mean, Braun's going to be in there, so maybe now he's going to chase him.
Mahal, that's his.
I hate when they do that, when they perpetuate a rivalry because Sammy eliminates Braun, and you say that, Brian, but somebody in WWE Creative has already come up with that and has signed off on that. I'm willing to bet somehow, like he might take 2 vicious shots from somebody else, but Sammy would be the one to put him over the rope or something like that. I don't know. Something I can see happening to that effect. Anything on the board?
Go ahead.
Let's see. Noah. I'm thrown fucking computers. That Sammy versus Braun match was fun as dicks to watch with a winky face.
I don't know about the dicks part, but yes.
Yeah. Let's see.
John Estrada said the Sammy Braun match looked like an old school attitude era backstage brawl.
Did. Yeah.
We got upload test. Braun would be a big surprise. The big heavy muscle guy like Braun almost never wins the Rumble. I don't know.
Unfortunately, that's true.
Brock won it.
Yeah, but Brock was different than Braun.
No, I know. But I mean, he was kind of one of the big monsters. You know, obviously, I guess he can, if he like a guy like Kane, like he's one of the ones that always eliminates guys. But he never, he's never going to win the Rumble, or never has.
I don't know. I think it's too soon.
I agree.
He is a dark horse to me, but it's too soon.
I would like to see him do some damage, though, for sure.
Like maybe he makes the Final Four. I don't know. Maybe Goldberg and Lesnar have to eliminate him. You know, Rob was teasing that before about all three of them being in the ring at the same time at one point. That could be colossal. You know, Goldberg, Brock, and Braun. If they were to do that right, that could be something nice to watch. I don't know.
Who are they going to be a disguise for? Who's going to shine because they take each other out?
I don't know. Hopefully, like Baron Corbin comes out and just gets wrecked. He just gets wrecked by the three of them, and they can go back. I don't know.
That'd be great.
Anyway, let's move on.
4.
Number 4. It fucking should have happened last week. It just should have happened last week. Very simply. Last week we saw KO versus Roman for the U.S. title. It should have been Jericho. Good for Stephanie for coming out and kind of fixing that tonight.
Yeah, I thought she wasn't going to be there tonight. That freaked me out.
Yeah,
even all the stories I heard.
Yeah, they said that they made Mick Foley come tonight because she wasn't going to be there, and then she came out.
I thought we were going to be out until late the next week.
And Mick, of course, just had surgery, so to force him to come back like that really is weird.
He got a haircut.
He didn't have surgery. What surgery?
Yeah, on his. You're right, on his hair. He had hair surgery.
Yes.
Oh God. So, anything else to add on this one? Like, I thought it was a really good match. I thought it teased a lot. I really think Jericho should have gotten over.
Yeah, that was what I was hoping for. He's never had that title. Please let that happen.
And I love the Hooker Crook thing where he threw the belt to him and fell down. That was a great thing.
Yeah, that was a great spot.
I thought he was actually going to win that way for a minute there because they were he's going to DQ him.
And then they teased right after it the code breaker, kind of out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh, he might. No, they kicked out. I was just like, and of course the room was deflated. The Tampa crowd, they were not in favor of that.
No, of course not.
They didn't like it. Anybody on the board chiming in?
Let's see. We got Daniel Price. He's talking about
Meach says Jericho should have gotten over. Don't disagree.
He says Undertaker wins the Rumble. Cena beats Styles, holds the belt till Mania, and then Cena Taker in a title versus retirement match.
Wow,
that could happen.
Meach. I also hope that a new person wins the Rumble. I think it would just be something new, somebody that hasn't held the belt before. I love when somebody who has not held the title wins the briefcase or wins the Rumble, where they get their guaranteed shot. Brian, you know what I'm talking about? So that they kind of get elevated to the main event status by this opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, what, kind of like Braun? I mean, just even
anybody that's been vaulted that way, that's going on for their first title. Seth Rollins won his first title with a briefcase. Dean Ambrose did. Miz did.
Oh, sure.
A vaulting point. Royal Rumble winners that go on to win their first titles. Chris Benoit, several others. I'm trying to think. I'm just drawing a blank at the time. But a lot of guys that win the Rumble that go on to win their first title right after that at Mania. So I'm just waiting for that to come on and go from there. You got anything else you want to add, Stevie?
Not really.
Not really.
5.
Number 5, the KO Showdown.
The big one.
There's a lot to add about this one.
Oh, my God. We just had a room full of crazy people there. We had Paul Heyman out there. Braun Strowman came out.
That was a shocker. I mean, I thought maybe Brock would show up, but Paul was good enough.
Yeah, we got the tease of Brock Lesnar, who is not there tonight.
I would have been shocked if he was there, too.
It's too early. They're going to do it again next time Goldberg's on there.
Especially with the other people they threw in the mix.
Yeah, Goldberg was out there. Jericho, both out there. I'm surprised. You know who didn't come out there? Seth.
Yes, I was going to mention that in my RAWESOME Awards.
Out of all the people that came out and announced that they were going to be in the Rumble, Seth Rollins was not among that list. Well, and that was kind of shocking to me.
Him and Triple H is a separate entity now.
You think they're going to have a match?
Yeah,
and that's why
they need to. I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet.
You know,
At
Stevie,
least there's, a showdown, at least before a match.
I can't disagree with that, Stevie, because I think that's a great point of why he was left out, because it felt weird. He was the only guy at the top of the Raw roster that did not come out at the end, and it makes sense. He wouldn't come out and say he was in the Rumble if he's not going to be in it.
Yep. So I wouldn't count that then.
All right, Stevie may be onto something. Everybody mark that down. Otherwise, what do you think about the set? First of all, taping a sign to a person's head for the KO show.
I thought that might be an actual wrestler in hiding, but it never turned out to be that.
It's probably a local jobber or some fan that they
or
gave
some
a front row
stagehand
or
or
something.
something.
Kurt Angle or something.
I don't know, man, but he did a good job of just standing still and looking at the back of a sign. And what about the little chair, Brian? You're a big guy.
Yeah.
Can you sit in a chair like that?
You know what? I mean, lately I probably could. I've been
You wouldn't
feeling,
be able to
I've been
stand
feeling a little
back
bit
up,
better. Nah, I probably could get down there. I can get down there. Maybe not get back up.
Down.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, you'd be stuck.
Yeah,
Forever.
I'd be stuck.
Me and Steve
I live here. Now. Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to add? Anything on the board coming through? I think they're arguing about something back there. Oh, she was backstage for a medical check. They're catching up on the whole page nonsense because Jonathan Durant is on the board, all excited and moist.
One of the things we were talking about, Daniel Price agrees. He says, yes, Seth versus Triple H is booked for Mania.
Yeah, I just, not with what they're doing. If there's other people coming back, if Cena's fighting Taker and potentially all these other rumors, really after Rumble, the Monday after Rumble, I don't know if you guys know, because that's the reason Punk quit, was that Raw after the Rumble. On that Monday, it's because they get handed their storylines from now till Mania, kind of who they're going to work with.
Fiscal year kind of thing.
Right. They get handed who they're going to work with going forward, who's going to be their storyline going into Mania, because they get kind of the road to WrestleMania. And that's why Punk walked out, because he wasn't going to get a main event. And so it makes a big deal to those guys, and it'll kind of also, for us, we'll start to see it. Now, all bets are off, though, this year, because they're back to doing Elimination Chamber. And that's why I like it, because it spices things up. You can't, when you got 6 competitors, it's really tough to get the predictability.
Oh,
right.
they can go in a lot of different directions.
Right. The storylines are endless.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they're bringing it back, because it makes it so it's not so telegraphed from Rumble to Mania what's going to happen. Kind of wild cards in the mix, if you will.
Yeah. When is what's the date on that? Do we know?
I think it's around Valentine's Day. It's sometime in February. So anything else? I guess we'll move on. They're talking about CM Punk and stuff on the board.
CM Punk. No, he's not coming back.
They're trying to reunite the Mops or expand the faction. We can go on.
I almost joined the Mops the other day.
Oh, you almost did?
Show me the money.
Hey guys, it's your girl Kiara from Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. Since Royal Rumble 2016, we have been striving to bring you an entertaining smart mark perspective from the world of professional wrestling. What we do is a labor of love, but new equipment and segments cost time and money. If you have enjoyed our show, we ask that you become a patron and donate what you can to help us continue to improve and grow week to week. Make a donation and we will let you pick a topic or join us for a segment of the broadcast. It's real easy. Go to markedoutwrestling.com and click on the Be a Patron link at the top. We thank you in advance for anything you can do to help. And as always, thank you for the privilege of your time.
Show me the money! Show me the money! Show me the money! Show me the money! You my motherfucker! Show me the money!
Show me.
So the board real quick says Daniel Price on there. He says there are 3 matches that are linked for Mania right now, rumored. Triple H versus Rollins, Big Show versus Shaq, and Lesnar versus Goldberg. And I wouldn't be surprised if all of those happen. It just feels like Triple H and Rollins has to do something before that to kind of get the ball rolling.
Yeah, you gotta have some kind of a feud before then.
Right. So welcome, Daniel Price. Good stuff.
What's up, Daniel?
We have our trivia.
And now it's time for a little Marked Out Trivia.
All right, guys. On the board, let's play. This is going to be some fun, I think. We're going to do a series of Royal Rumble trivia segments going into our anniversary show. Stevie, here is a marker.
Yep.
Here is a board. I just dropped that shit.
I got a marker.
Do you got pause music to kind of play in between the questions?
I can.
Are you locked and loaded?
I'm good.
All right. So, guys, everybody knows that Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the first Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Everybody knows that this year is the 30th Rumble. Hacksaw, when he won, back then they didn't get a championship opportunity.
Right.
So, how many Rumble winners have gotten the title opportunity? When did they institute that? There have been 30 Rumbles, or this year will be the 30th Rumble. How many title opportunities everyone? Right. Out of that. So there have been 29 winners. How many of those winners were granted title shots? John Estrada says he's got this on the trivia.
Oh, really?
I don't think he's got it. This is some tough stuff tonight.
I had to guess. I'm pretty educated, but
Noah and Berto, I need a number. I don't need to tell me the year. All right, Brian, what do you got?
22.
22.
Oh, shit. You got it right.
Wow.
22 is correct.
17.
Stevie wrote 17.
So
Now, can I say, was it, I guess what, that would make it 1994 is when they instilled it?
I think it's 93.
93, okay.
Because 94, remember, this year is going to be number 30.
Right.
So that's why.
Wow.
So good job.
Holy shit, I can't
Those
believe
that
I got
said
that.
93,
Good
yes,
guess.
she was.
Yeah.
That was a good question, John Estrada. I'm going to give you some more. How many Royal Rumble winners challenged for the world title? How many of those 22 challenged for the world title? Welcome, Upload Test. He said 22. John Estrada was 21. He was just off.
I'm sorry that I'm dying in the microphone, too, by the way.
JD guessed 12. Meech 19.
Suffering from New Year's Eve-itis.
Oh, my God.
All right, Steve, we're going to go to you first this time. How many challenged for the world title?
I had 15.
15 out of 22? No. They didn't even have the world title that long.
Yeah, I'm going to say 8.
Oh, Brian, you were so close. But 8 is wrong.
Noah said 6. Humberto said 21. Juan said 7. CT 14. John 15.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that was a tough one.
You know who was right?
Jonathan Duran said Page.
You know who's right?
Who?
Juan Rodriguez is right with 7.
Way to go, Juan.
Good job, Juan.
5 wins and 2 losses of those 7 that went for the world title. All right, so that means that 15 of them went for the WWE title. How many of those 15 won? So 15 of them wrestled for the WWE title. 15 Rumble winners wrestled for the WWE title. How many of them won? Yeah, Estrada. I thought you had this. He's on the board going, damn, these are hard.
Yeah, man, numbers are not my thing.
It's by the numbers, though.
Tough,
It's by the numbers. By the numbers. Stevie, what do you got?
6.
6. No.
No.
Well, then I'm going to go with 9.
9 is also wrong, Brian.
Hey, John said 9.
John Estrada had 9.
John
That is
Cena?
wrong.
Juan said 7.
Don't worry, Estrada. You're still an A-lister. Juan said 7. Anybody else guessing on here? The correct answer is 8.
Oop, no. Noah had 11, but no, 8. Nobody had 8.
8 wins, 7 losses of the 15 who tried for that.
2 off.
All right. Here we go on this one. How many wrestlers have won 2 or more Rumbles? Christian Torres had 10. Meech had 8. Correct answer. Noah had 11. Noah says, fuck. Estrada, yes, you were close again. Close but no cigar. Berto says more time. Why? So you can search it? His internet must be lagging.
Yeah, right. You can't ask Siri or what are the other ones that they're? Who's the one that like the house now?
Yeah, no, I could figure you looking it up. What was that?
I don't know. I'm just blabbing.
All right. So how many wrestlers have won 2 or more Rumbles? How many wrestlers have won 2 or more Rumbles?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
3.
3 is wrong. Stevie.
I had 4.
4 is wrong.
These are tough,
Juan
man.
Rodriguez guessed 6. John Estrada guessed 3. Daniel Price guessed 3. Christian Torres guessed 12.
Uh-oh.
Berto guessed 3. Estrada guessed 4. The correct answer is 6. There are
Berto
6.
just said 6. Well, he's answered every digit.
Yeah, Berto and Juan both got 6. It is Austin with 3. Hogan, Batista, HBK, Triple H, and Cena all have won 2 each.
Wow.
Huh.
All right, here's another question by the numbers. How many wrestlers have spent more than 1 hour in one Rumble? How many different wrestlers? I don't need the names of the people, just the number of wrestlers. How many different wrestlers have spent more than 1 hour in a Rumble?
CT said shit.
Noah said he forgot Hogan. Yeah, CT guessed 4. He was like, shit.
8, 4.
So Berto's guessing 4 for how many wrestlers have lasted more than an hour. What is your guess, Brian?
I'm going to go with 3.
You say 3. That is wrong. Noah has 5. Juan has 8. John Estrada has 7. Stevie has 3.
That was wrong.
That's also wrong.
Wrong.
I don't see a right answer on the board. No, I'm just kidding. We do have a right answer. Guess who it is?
Who?
We got a couple of them. It is Noah and Meech with 5.
Good job, guys.
Those 5 are in order.
8.
Rey Mysterio, hour and 2 minutes, 2006. An hour and 1 minute, Benoit, 04. Backlund, an hour and 1 minute, 93. An even hour for Triple H and Flair, 06 and 92, respectively. Just so that I note this, Roman Reigns lasted 59 minutes and 50 seconds. He was 10 seconds away from lasting.
Close.
Yeah, but he's just
Close.
not good enough. Final question here, guys. 8.5. CT says. Upload test guess 3. No, sorry. Final question, guys. How many wrestlers have accumulated more than 3 hours total in Rumble matches? How many wrestlers have accumulated more than 3 hours in Rumble matches? How many? CT. Fuck my life. No, Noah, Rick Martel wasn't one of them. Are you kidding me? JD just keeps guessing.
Who's Benoit?
Who's Benoit? Look it up. All right, Stevie, what do you got?
I'm going to keep going with 3.
3 is not right yet again,
Oh,
Stevie.
shit.
What about 12?
12? Are you kidding me?
It's 12 people. Yeah, why not?
Over 3 hours total.
Well, you figure, I mean, there's Hogan, Cena.
I think it was be a limited number. But yeah.
Man,
all
no.
those guys.
Well, you're wrong.
I guess 12 is a little steep.
And Cena's not on the list anyway. So let's see what the board says. Noah's got 8, John Estrada 2, Meech 4, Berto 2, Christian Torres is trying to explain who Benoit is. Upload test has 8. The correct answer, and CT says 5. The correct answer is 6, guys. Triple H is 3 hours and 59 minutes. Y2J, 3 hours, 55 minutes. HBK, 3 hours, 42 minutes. Kane, 3:33. Rey Mysterio, 3:20. And Cody/Stardust at 3:08.
Really?
Remember that year with Legacy? He lasted a long time. That's the one thing all these guys have in common, other than Y2J, just because he's been in so many. They all had that one Rumble that they lasted for close to an hour in one Rumble. So that's why.
We got to make the difference, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so that's our trivia. Now we got some old balls, right, Stevie?
And I thought we were going to do the, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Anyway, where's my, there it is.
And now, Steve Awesome with the Old Balls Report.
All right, I'm going to tell you guys a little story, kind of keeping with the theme from last week. Sting and the Steiner brothers used to like playing games on the highway. And not the normal games like mooning or something, but rather games involving hanging Rick Steiner out the window while driving so he could open up the other car doors and scare the wrestlers inside of that car that they're riding in. Wise to this, Paul Heyman and the Samoan SWAT team, Samu and Fatu, decided we'll just lock the doors. And then when they saw him coming, but they were angered by the resistance, and the Sting and Steiners began to throw everything at the group's car, starting with a watermelon unit, and until it was declared to be totaled by the rental agency. The car just got destroyed by all the shit they threw on it. Paul and the Samoan SWAT team survived the attack, but vowed revenge. They stopped at a gas station to buy everything throwable they could. It was probably obvious to the clerk that these guys were buying objects for criminal activity and not, just refreshment. But when 2 400-pound Polynesians are demanding your most explodable, hurtable objects, it's no time to be a hero. So at that point, you might be picturing them laughing and having fun, a group of guys about to prank their pals. But before they got back on the road, Samu and Fatu carved SST in their hands not with a knife. It was kind of not even a revenge prank at that point. It was a blood oath. When they found Sting's car again, the battle that ensued brought the the Apocalypse to North Carolina, of all places. Gigantic guys waged in a no-holds-barred debris match between speeding rental cars. And speaking of, when Paul Heyman finally returned the car to the rental place, they were pissed. So there was so much damage that the car was declared totaled, and to this day he's been blacklisted from renting a car in North Carolina.
Interesting. That's crazy when we watch those. There's been a lot of pranks on that Storybook show on the network.
Yeah, I thought I'd tell even more racy ones because they won't do that.
Yeah, they won't. They told a couple, but they told PG versions of it. I wish they would do more of that.
That Flair one was pretty.
Yeah, that was cool. The plane, the stewardess thing.
They had to kick it off right.
That's kind of cool.
All right, Stevie, what's our cheap pop count of the night?
I had 5, Adam.
All right, thank you, Steve. Now we're gonna go into. No. We got something else first.
No, a mail call.
Right. First mistake of the night.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing mail.
It's been going very smooth.
It was in my mind that we were doing it tomorrow, and I forgot we're adding one thing and teasing another email that's pretty special to all of us here. So just go ahead.
All right, so we got a couple emails. I'm going to go quickly through Noah's because he begged us to read it. Noah just wanted to put out a list there of his top 5 tag team matches of 2016. He's got number 5, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens at Battleground. That was their final encounter, if you will, and probably the last time Sami won a rivalry. Charlotte versus Becky versus Sasha at WrestleMania 32. I think that was a little premature putting all of them together there, but I guess it wasn't a bad match. I hate the women. You guys know that. The Revival versus DIY.
I thought we had you coming around on that.
Yeah, the Revival versus DIY NXT Toronto. That was a great takeover match. I don't know, Brian, you know that one.
I mean, talk about guys having that one had a million false finishes, if I remember correctly.
Oh, my God. And the only thing that was bad was the one ending because Gargano was too close. He could have reached the rope. That was the one. But they won in the rematch in the 2 out of 3 falls. Oh, wait, no, that was the 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the other one, the one they lost. Oh, either one was a great match.
Yeah, I mean, they were all great.
AJ Styles versus Cena at SummerSlam. That was a great match. Cena looked amazing and got a standing O, which was shocking.
Well, yeah, AJ helped out a lot.
In Brooklyn. Yeah. Right, but Cena did hold his own. He gave honorable mention to Shane and Taker in WrestleMania, their Hell in a Cell, Ambrose and AJ TLC, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Miz, Payback. But his number 1 match, TakeOver Dallas, that was from Mania, Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It was that was a crazy match.
That was Shinsuke's first match, I believe.
His first feud.
WWE, yeah, and I just remember being blown away at how physical that match was. And then Sami had to wrestle the ladder match the next day.
That was insane. He had to wrestle, you're right.
The Money in the Bank, right?
Yep.
I mean...
He takes a beating.
He really, I mean, he's one... I guess
especially after tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the guys, he's one of the best that takes
I just don't want him to be like the perpetual jobber.
Exactly, yes. My thoughts, exactly.
Destroyed.
And our other one... other emails from Jason Hahn. He says, first of all, Happy New Year to you all. I was listening back to your Roadblock reaction show, and most of you were complaining about the women's title bouncing back and forth between Charlotte and Sasha, how it inflates their number of world titles. I did a little time traveling in the old Google machine back to everybody's favorite era, the Attitude Era. Depending on what you say the official start and stop, it lasted roughly 5 years. For sake of my argument, we will start at the Montreal Screwjob, Survivor Series 97, and go till WrestleMania 18, 2002. During that time period, there were 28 world title reigns. Austin and Rock with 6, Triple H with 5, Mankind 3, Kurt Angle 2, HBK, Kane, Taker, Vince, Big Show, Y2J, all with 1. Not to mention, the title was vacated twice during this time. Does it hurt the title more to bounce around a bunch of guys quickly like Attitude Era, or just bounce back and forth between 2 people like the women's title? I would rather see more people get opportunities and it bounce around like he's talking about with the heavyweight. And all of those guys, they all earned it. That was a division. Any of those guys could have led the division because you didn't have to fight for the belt to have a meaningful feud. You know what I'm saying back then, Stevie? You could have Austin versus Triple H away from the belt. You could have The Rock and Y2J.
Well, yeah, those battles will stand the test of time, kind of thing.
Right,
yeah,
and so it didn't matter if they had the title or not. So I kind of liked that the title played a little bit of musical chairs because it gave all those guys opportunities, especially back then when you didn't have 2 titles. It was tough to give all these people opportunities.
IC, and then that was it. And
So I really like the email, Jason. Thank you for that. But it's tough to compare that. I would have rather seen the women's Attitude Era stats to kind of compare against for that one. So now we can go on to that one, Stevie. There you go.
And now it's time for the RAWESOME Awards. And your host, Roadie Rob.
No, Roadie Rob is the host. It is me, Adam Baum, is the host.
I kind of like it that way.
I know.
Yeah, this is nice.
It kind of feels good. What do you think, Stevie? You behind the helm?
Sure.
Stevie's doing a good job back there.
I'm trying. It's been some hiccups here and there, but
no, you're golden, man. You're golden.
You're great.
Second time, man. Come on.
You're great. Let's quickly check in with the board. I think they're talking about all sorts of stuff. Daniel Price was asking for 20 more seconds on the trivia.
Yeah, Trollberg was throwing up the Z's. Sorry, it was...
John Estrada says the host, Adam Baum, and the crowd goes wild. 2 A shows this week. You're damn right, Estrada.
Oh, God.
Booker Botch Award. It was Rob for giving me 2 damn shows. No, I'm just kidding. Brian, get us started.
I really wanted to see YTJ win that match. I wish they just would have went with that and just got the belt off of Roman finally. But obviously we didn't get that. I don't know. I mean, how long is Roman going to hold on to this belt? I mean,
he didn't even fucking. No,
we can't get into that.
Rematch or anything.
I don't know. Stevie, what's your Booker Botch?
My Booker Botch was having Titus O'Neil part of why is he trying to join the New Day? What the hell is that all about?
I don't know. I don't get it either. And fuck you, Trollberg. He says Adam Reigns puts me to sleep without Rob and the flavor. Fuck you.
The flavor.
Give me a break. My Booker Botch Award is Mick Foley's new look. I didn't like it at all. I thought it was just terrible. I don't get it. Why would you shave his trademark beard? Because Santa was done, he didn't have to have the beard anymore. Is that it, Stevie?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't celebrate Christmas, so that's why I'm asking.
He's got to trim up to be the Easter Bunny now.
Booker Botch for John Estrada. He also agrees with me. Mick Foley's barber. Jonathan Durant says Booker Botch goes to Trollberg. Yeah, he hasn't said anything great tonight. What are you saying, Brian?
I was just going to say, I think he shaved it just because, wasn't it dyed, white for Christmas?
I don't know.
He goes the whole, he goes 100%. Yeah, you think so?
Remember, it was spray painted like black, it looked like last week, because it was, I don't know.
I don't know.
That was the day after.
Either way, it's a weird look.
It didn't
Maybe
make
it'll grow on us.
It didn't make sense. Noah's Booker Botch is Goldberg being considered for a chance in the title picture at Mania. He's the fucking worst. We get it. Trollberg says Swag Ninja, a.k.a. JD, is Booker Botch. Berto's defending him. They're kind of ganging up on Trollberg on the board. So we'll go on to the next one.
The Debbie Downer Awards.
Debbie Downer, I'm going to kick it off. Roman winning. I thought that was just that's what made me down. I agree with you on the Booker Botch, Brian, but it brought me down. What do you got?
I had Cesaro losing clean. Although I'm happy that Anderson won, I'm kind of speak of the devil. I'm kind of bummed out that it happened at Cesaro's expense.
But that's Cesaro got a good push. They ended the streak. New Club, Gallows and Anderson, they need something.
I agree.
They jobbed out so much that it's tough to just. It's tough. Little late Booker Botches here. Daniel Price says Vince still punishing Titus for the sin of being black and touching him in public. That's not bad. I can't say it.
Well, thanks, Noah. Yeah, we do miss Rob too, but he's working right now.
Noah's Debbie Downers, no Rob tonight. Yeah. Berto's Debbie Downers. I didn't watch it, but if Roman ended the show, that's the Debbie Downer. Stevie, did you do your Debbie Downer?
My Debbie Downers was the same as yours. Roman winning and Chris Jericho not getting the U.S. title. I thought that would have been really cool.
Yeah, that's just bad. It is. Board might be catching up. Debbie Downer, John Estrada was Mariah Carey lip syncing on New Year's Eve.
That was a good one, yeah.
I don't think that was a Debbie Downer because that gave me lots of laughs and there's a lot of funny memes going around.
I guess if you're a Mariah fan.
Yeah, screw Mariah. Everyone else
Jobber of the Night Awards.
Jobber of the Night. For me, Brian Kendrick. Ever since he lost the title, he's done nothing. He tapped out tonight to TJ Perkins. I got to say, Jobber of the Night. What do you got there?
I'm going to have to say Nia Jax. I mean, she's kind of been the big monster in the women's division, and now she just kind of, Sasha comes out and she takes a Bailey to belly, just kind of out of nowhere. I don't know. I mean, I thought she's supposed to be this big, kind of tough new monster, and I didn't see it.
Yeah, and having her tap out at Survivor Series, they are screwing Nia Jax's character over. Stevie, what do you got?
My jobber of the night was Seth Rollins. Even though he was in that, he won by DQ over KO, he was not involved in the show the rest of the night. There's and then the no teasing of the Triple H thing.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
JD has some late Debbie Downers here. Paige's vagina and all of her beautifulness is still not on TV. Debbie Downer for upload test, only getting a microsecond shot of Lana's booty in that red dress. WWE is trying to make us forget about Lana. Let's see. Where should Titus be on the card, though, is what Noah's asking. He should not be on the card. That's what we're saying. Jobber of the night, Oldberg for JD, Debbie Downer. WWE using their tag division so terribly for Daniel Price. You are a newcomer. You got some great points because that's just, it's so true. They do not know how to do their tag division right now.
Roberto says, Braun is how you build a monster. Nia Jax is how you don't.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I'm wondering it's just because they don't have enough to not copy each other and run two monster stories side by side. Jobber of the night, Durant, a.k.a. Swag Ninjas, Trollberg. Titus O'Neil for Noah. Sammy, possibly the biggest win so far in Strowman's short career, is what Upload Test, I think you're saying he's maybe overrated. I don't know what Upload Test is saying there, but I guess we can move on to the next one.
Holy shit award.
Holy shit award. Brian.
Easy. It was Braun's his running power slams on the outside.
They were pretty mean.
It's hard to say anything else.
Fuck, that hurts.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and I had the same exact thing written down. So the double power slams were just insane.
I figured one of you guys was going to go there, so I wrote for my Holy Shit Award, the way Roman disrespects the U.S. title. Not carrying it out at the end of the night for the main event promo segment, and the way he carries it slung over the back so all you see is the buttons when he's walking down in the front.
That's why Chris Jericho should have it.
Oh, exactly. It is so true. It's so true. That's a great point, Stevie. Great point.
I know.
Good job there. Let's see what the board has to say on this. Nobody is caught up. Oh, here we go.
Trollberg.
John Estrada, Holy Shit Award is Sammy Braun match, the whole match. I agree.
Yep.
I can't disagree with that. Trollberg, shut up. He says Triple H is trash. You're
his
an
boy.
Idiot. Holy shit, the fact that I'm sticking to not watching WWE, Berto says. Holy shit, Russell Westbrook for JD. Yeah, he's having a great career now. Holy shit, Lana's video on Twitter of her dancing in Calvin Klein underwear.
Say what?
Wait, no,
What?
Noah said
Oh, I did
holy
see
shit. We might need to check that out after
Slow
the show.
motion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
We might need to look at that. We'll have to look at that later.
The best comedic performance.
Best comedic performance. Come on. What do you got, Brian?
I got Kevin Owens. I mean, it's hard. Who else? I mean, him and Y2J, right?
Yeah, I got both him and Y2J. I got a couple quotes here. I got one specifically. The Cage of Jericho. Lock me in, man. That's just, he's making that gimmick and updating it every week.
I had Jericho too. He's a sexy pinata.
Sexy pinata.
Yes.
Yeah, don't forget.
I forgot about that.
It's a sexy pinata. Don't forget that. Has the board had a chance to catch up? No, they've gone off topic.
A little low. Okay, way down there.
They have gone way off topic. So
Rob, please save the show.
Oh, fuck you, Trollberg. Let's move on then, Stevie.
Best character performance.
You know, I think that it's got to be, Brian, and I want you to echo me, so I'm going to start off with character perform. I think it's goddamn hard to stay in character when you are getting the shit kicked out of you with chair shots and kendo sticks. So I gave it to Braun because he stayed in character despite getting just a ton of shit dumped on him tonight.
I disagree with that. I think that it's actually easier to stay in character if you're getting the shit kicked out of you like that, because then he's actually going to be really pissed off. I think during the match, Sammy hit him in the side of the face with the kendo stick. It looked like he was kind of trying to hit him on the side, but it kind of just caught him right in the jaw. So I mean, if that really happens in a match, yeah, the guy's going to snap and it's going to look legit.
I mean, it's a great valid point. I really think that it bears merit.
Sure.
But still, you're getting beaten that way, and you still have to act because you're the monster like it's not hurting you. We saw the welts. It clearly had to have hurt.
Yeah.
You don't bruise like that or get those shots instantly unless it hurts. What is yours, Brian? Character.
Character, sorry. I had Braun as well, but for different reasons.
Stevie?
I had Kevin Owens for this one because just he was on point all night, and having to deal with the likes of Goldberg, he stood toe to toe with him. They're national treasures, you know. He was just coming up with great one-liners.
And it's tough to let everybody know that you're disqualified when you steal the ring bell. They can't ring it. They're now catching up on the board here. Best comedic performance for Noah, WWE for thinking Goldberg is a good choice to win the Rumble. Character, Trollberg from Berto. He's saying Trollberg's character's best performance. JD, best comedic performance. Young Ma. That's that whatever person that Kiera was talking about.
Is that related to Yo-Yo Ma?
Best character from Daniel Price. Foley in his head looking like a chia pet. Ouch.
Chia.
Estrada also gives best character performance for Trollberg for never breaking kayfabe. Noah, best character, Braun Strowman. I'm starting to see the greatness.
Yes, I'm digging it.
We are all starting to see that greatness, so I can't disagree with you there.
The Worker Awards.
Worker Award. Sami Zayn. When you get thrown around like that, you get the Worker Award.
Yeah.
Even though Braun took some pops, Sammy's the one who took more.
Yeah.
What do you got, Brian?
I had Chris Jericho. I actually thought that he pulled a very good Raw match with Roman Reigns.
It was. And
I had no problem with that.
There was a couple times, though, as Rob likes to point out, where Jericho, because it was Roman, had to go at a Dean Ambrose pace because Roman wasn't ready for the next spot.
I hear you.
He had to slow it down.
Yeah.
You saw that too, Stevie?
Yeah, I sure did.
Okay, what was your...
Mine was Sami Zayn as well, because getting thrown around by Braun Strowman, hands down, we can't give it to anybody else.
I mean, you earn your paycheck that night if you go against Braun in a match like that all around the arena.
Yeah.
Holy Lord. Worker for Noah's Sami fucking Zayn, he says. He's the only one who's chimed in so far, so let's just move on to the next one.
The Rawesomest Award.
My Rawesomest Award, we haven't mentioned her at all. Stephanie McMahon. She did a lot of good stuff tonight to kind of keep the storyline going, kind of echo some, I guess, minor feuds that are being built or whatever. And I love having Stephanie on the show. She is kind of that Paul Heyman level of a bad personality gimmick, whatever, bad guy heel that doesn't have to wrestle.
And plus they teased at the animosity between her and Mick that could be brewing, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, and teased it out in public. You're right. Good point. Good point, Steve.
Thank you.
All right, what do you got, Brian? Rawesome Award.
I mean, I got it for Braun Strowman, and I had it even before he came out during the Kevin Owens show. I mean, I really did not see him coming out and being in the ring with Goldberg, all those top guys. And now seeing Braun in there, and just that totally elevates him. So it has to go to him.
Yeah, but again, if they're waiting for Rollins and Triple H at Mania, that's why it's so glaring that he was absent from that.
Right.
Stevie, what do you got? Who's your Rawesomest?
Braun Strowman as well. I mean, he was a man. He was the man tonight, especially when he came out at the end there.
Yeah, he just keeps getting over and over and over and over. Worker for Daniel Price, Sami Zayn. Worker award for Rowdy Rob is Trollberg taking all the bumps on the board, and for Steve stepping it up.
Hanging in there, man.
Berto's Rawesome Award. Triple H marrying Stephanie. Who else would have the balls to do that? I guess
I guess it would take some
I
balls.
would have the balls to do that. If I got to be a rich millionaire and go home to her every night, I would.
You got to deal with everything else too, though.
Yeah, sorry to my girlfriend if she's listening, but gotta say, sweetie, I can always just sneak you in the back door or something. Upload test worker Enzo for making a wheelchair rider cool. That's true, upload test, because Zeb Coulter couldn't do that.
I think I could.
You could?
I think I could.
You need a rascal.
I do, and I think I would actually look like I'd pretty much be
Enzo.
like a Zeb Coulter. No, I'd be more like a Zeb Coulter. And
not Enzo. You'd wear the
By the way, the board was talking earlier about Mick Foley looking like he was having a hard time getting around. He had hip surgery and probably does need that wheelchair.
I don't think he had it yet.
He didn't.
No, I think he needs it.
Okay.
He needs it.
I don't postpone maybe.
I don't think he had it yet.
Yeah. It's possible. Rawesomest Award for Daniel Price. He wrote Bailey and Nia Jax's asses.
Ooh, Nia too, huh?
I don't know what he means by that one. Rawesomest, Noah just goes, I don't know. Kevin Owens, fuck it. I'll marry Noel Foley's. Trollberg says, you got no chance. Go back to the mom's meatloaf. Daniel Bryan's kid, this is from Berto. Daniel Bryan's kid will marry Stephanie and Hunter's daughter. Wow. That would be crazy.
That'd be like the super
third, fourth generation.
I don't even know what that is.
No, that would be like, because if you go back to Vince and Jay McMahon, it would be like a fifth. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Fuck. You just made my brain hurt.
Yeah.
Anything else? Not really coming through on the board here. Let's JD Memorial Award. Anybody got anything? What do you got, Brian? Anything?
Come on.
Tell me.
You really got to. You don't
Is
know.
it Emelina?
It is Emelina, man.
You just like being
got to hear her
and she's
voice.
not even on TV. I've seen this fucking commercial for about 2 months now, it's still just as good as if it was the first time I saw it.
How can you say that when all you're getting is just freaking blue balls over the whole thing? She's never coming.
John Estrada called her a butterface.
John Estrada called who a butterface?
Of course, Emelina.
What?
Oh,
yo.
Oh no! Wait, Bailey. Never mind.
Bailey.
No, you agree with that one?
Estrada says Butterface Award goes to Bailey as well. JD says his award, because it is the JD Award, goes to Alexandra Quinata. I assume that means that's one of his foreign girlfriends or flavor there. I'm just guessing. Nothing else of any comments on the board that is anything good.
I had Stephanie McMahon tonight.
Oh, wait. And Rody Rob says this chick twerking during his gig where he's at right now. I would love to see that. Get a little video. Trollberg says I'm mad because he's vanilla without Rob. Fuck you, Trollberg. You're like strawberry. Nobody wants you even in Neapolitan. You're the leftover flavor. Just saying. Let's go on to the end of the show. We got our Raw open.
Did we miss anything tonight?
I don't think we missed anything. It was a pretty decently booked show.
8 matches.
A lot of wrestling.
But they still
we didn't really mention
in
Cedric
promo.
Alexander and Gulak. We didn't mention that
I
one.
almost gave my worker award to Noam Dar again, but not he showed up. He's still in the mix, but that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so
Gentleman Jack.
So we got
running into the New Day.
Yeah, the Gentleman Jack. Actually, I'm glad you saved that. The Extraordinary Gentleman Jack Gallagher. That duel and his character and the stuff that he's showing us is just impressive. I know some of the guys he's working with have got to be like, really? You want me to get beat up by an umbrella? But the way that he got beat up by the umbrella was what was really crazy. Mm-hmm. Who's calling in?
Who do you think?
It's got to be Noah.
Yeah.
Noah.
Can you hear me?
Noah, what do you got?
Buck Goldberg, Marry Me, Charlotte, Happy 2017.
Happy 2017.
Happy
Noah.
2017, man.
Thanks for calling in,
Noah.
man.
Have a great one. What are you talking about, Trollberg? You just read my praises, dumbass. What the hell is he talking about? And yes, Berto, we all agree Roman sucks. There's no question about that. It's just, it is what it is. We're going to get stuck with him for probably until he has a career-ending injury.
Oh, that's awful.
I'm just saying, it could be up to 20 years we're stuck with Roman, because as long as Vince is alive, he won't get a pink slip.
No, unfortunately.
It's not going to happen. So we passed our 100s. For those of you that don't know, we're going to get ready for our live event. Anybody in the Charlotte area is going to come out and see me get powerbombed Shield style through a table. Brian's going to act as the Roman Steve, and Rob will act as Dean and Seth. And we might even, if Medine can be there, he wants to RKO my head out of nowhere as we go through the table. So it might be just an all-around good fun time. You never know. And definitely, our next campaign, we're trying to get up on Twitter. But don't forget, 200 subscribers send Stevie through the table. So I'm going to be a big advocate of that right now.
And we don't even know how would we even put him through the table?
Actually, is what it is.
Oh, we'll have to find a new way. Who else is calling in?
Jonathan Durant.
Let's see.
What's up, Jonathan?
Hey, Jonathan, Rob's not home. Kara's not on the show, but you could just talk a lot because she likes that. What do you got?
Gotcha.
What's going on, man?
Paige.
Just Paige? That's it? Oh,
she almost showed up tonight.
She almost showed up. She was backstage. It is weird why you would go to a wellness thing. Like, for all the stories we've covered about Paige, that's still weird to me that, she would show up for a wellness exam when she doesn't show up for any other reason.
Well, I mean,
because her other suspension is over.
She had neck surgery, and they're in Tampa, so it just made sense for her to stop by so that they can just make sure that she's not tripping out on fucking meth or whatever right now.
Oh, Noah says Medine and Rob need to 3D Adam. That's how we're going to put you through the table.
3D.
Stevie, you will go 3D style.
I'm going 3D style.
I'm going Shield style.
Wait, we got to take a vote.
I like 3D.
That's pretty good.
Face
I
first,
like it.
basically, right?
Yeah. Get the table. Anyway, The other thing we got coming up is our Royal Rumble Tattoo Challenge. Brian drew number 28, I drew number 30, Steve drew number 9, and Rob drew number 16. If one of those numbers win, we have to get a tattoo of that superstar's logo or something approved by the group that relates to it.
And we've been spreading rumors between, trying to egg the other ones on. Like, I told him he's going to get a Finn Balor tattoo.
Finn Balor's not a bad thing. See, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good because Roman and Cena are not in the Rumble.
No, if you got Finn, you'd have to get your whole body tattooed like him.
I just got to get a whole
You'd have
Carnage
the
face
demon,
tattoo.
yep,
Yeah,
everything.
Okay. The whole demon. I would get a Carnage tattoo.
Yeah.
Not necessarily him, the Marvel one. In any event, don't forget to go to www.wrestlingradioawards.com and vote for us. You can vote once a day.
I'm not sure how much time is left, so time is ticking.
Time is ticking, so vote once a day. Don't vote more than once or your vote will be disqualified. And also, we've got our Smarkies coming up at our anniversary show in 4 weeks, so make sure you get your votes in there. Vote Team Asshole for the best host. Also vote for the best co-host, which my vote would always go to the heavy. No offense, Steve. You would be my best board operator.
I'm the jack of all trades here.
Yeah,
that's true.
There you go. That is a great way to call you. Steve is our jack of all trades. Old, young, everything. Well, you invented most of this shit. Yeah, give yourself some coins. That's deserving. So also, don't forget Smartdown tomorrow night. And just so you guys know out there, I'm not in favor of this, but Rob has asked me to plug this. We did not do it tonight because he was absent, but we got some communication from the Zim that we will have on tomorrow's show.
Oh, my God.
Zim's Intergalactic Zone.
Yeah, it's going to be on tomorrow's show. We're going to wait for Rob so he can address the Zim, so he can geek out all over himself.
I'm looking forward to it. He left an audio file and everything.
Oh, it should be fun.
God. I know the board might hate it, but
he all he put in the subject line was Adam Reigns, mwahahahahaha. Adam Reigns,
scary,
fucking killing me. Also, don't forget on Thursday afternoons we got our NXT Takedown show where we recap NXT. Each Wednesday kind of comes on the network.
We do,
and Brian and Rob are gonna kind of do that. Brian, you want to plug it?
Yeah, I mean, tune in on Tuesdays at 2:00.
Thursday, right?
Thursday. Sorry.
Rob says Thursday night. You say Tuesdays. It's Thursday afternoon.
But we cover everything NXT, and we also spotlight. We go over some of the guys that you may not be too familiar with. So check it out.
Yeah, it is it's a very smart perspective show. That's why I'm not on there because I will just defoul it. So if you really like the kind of nitty gritty and good talk, and also Brian's name drop into the up and comers, definitely check out that show. We're gonna go on to our final thoughts board. Feel free to chime in with your final thoughts on there. Juan, Rob is at a gig for you asking. Everybody said it. Knight JD, he said he's on there. Berto is starting your rumor.
Yes, I saw that.
That Zim is Colt Cabana.
You would like that.
And Upload Test says we have to pick a number for Kiera for the tattoo contest, but she would not allow herself to be a part of that. Neither would Medine. Neither would Bob. So it's just the four of us. We tried to get everybody to do it. All of our regulars.
Medine was out.
If anybody out there in podcast land wants to join that challenge, you can send us a video if you lose of you getting a tattoo.
Get a bunch of friends and do the same thing.
Yeah. We encourage stupid decisions.
There you go. Yeah. Have your own Royal Rumble roulette party, kind of thing. Why not? Final thoughts. Brian, why don't you kick us off?
I thought tonight was actually a really good Raw, and one of the things we talked about before was that there was a lot of wrestling matches on it for a change, and there also was some talking points too, but I mean everything that was really on there was really to kind of push some storylines that
What'd you think about the double spear?
I mean, I kind of saw it coming. I mean, it wasn't
exactly out of nowhere.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't out of nowhere. I mean, they hit the spot. I'll say that, but I don't know. I mean, just Goldberg being kind of now thrown into the whole title picture. It just kind of. I've never been a fan of guys just coming out of nowhere and just being okay. This is what I've done this in the past, so now I'm capable of challenging for the championship now. That logic has always kind of been, kind of sour for me.
Baron Corbin kind of thing.
Yeah. I'd rather see the guys, it's fine if Goldberg wants to come back, just not really with the title involved.
Exactly.
That's my big thing.
Don't take away opportunities for other guys.
Right.
Stevie, your final thought.
My final thought, I enjoyed Raw tonight. I've heard people still saying SmackDown is better, but I think we're improving. Maybe the women's division can pick up a little bit, but other than that, great matches tonight, and they still told the stories. Loving that Braun's getting turned into a monster now. I don't know where it's going to lead. Maybe after Rumble, he might get squashed. I hope to see a lot more down the road of that.
All right, things on the board. Meech says, decent Raw for a change. He gives it a 7 out of 10. Brian, you said 7 out of 10. I just read that. Trollberg says, besides Braun, Raw was a 1 out of 10.
Nah, he's trolling.
Yeah, I guess he is on that one. Final thought for Upload Test. Sasha wrestled in Boston last Thursday on a Raw house show without a brace, so she's not as hurt as she's letting on. And also, Liv Morgan wrestled, so she might be coming to Raw. Liv Morgan might be.
Yeah, she has been in action lately.
Yep.
Berto, I don't know when we are doing the fantasy draft. We'll have to get on that. John Estrada, final thoughts. Awesome A-Show. Looking forward to A-Show number 2 tomorrow. Raw was good. Marked Out was better. Happy
Thanks,
2017 and good night. Yes, thank you so much. We got a lot of memes from Juan Rodriguez. I'm not going to try and figure them out. Noah's final thought. If Goldberg wins the Rumble, expect the angriest call you've ever had on this show. Braun is warming up to me. KO versus Balor would be the best for Mania. And turn Cena heel for fuck's sake. 6 out of 10. Berto says CM Punk, he's not coming. It's true. Trollberg, Punk is trash. Oh, they're trying to troll each other on that one. My final thought. So we had a Raw talk a couple times. Once it was hosted by Renee Young. Last week it was hosted by Charlie What's-Her-Name, who's better looking than she is talented. Sorry. It just feels that way.
Give her a chance.
You're saying give her a chance. They gave her 1 week and pulled the plug on Raw Talk and replaced it with an ESPN-style show.
Almost like a podcast.
Exactly, almost like a podcast. And we were talking about it in the group. Rob particularly was angry about this, saying that basically Vince now, because of all the podcasts that come out and reaction shows, he's trying to control what gets said. And he's trying to control the audience, the Fruity Pebbles audience specifically, to go to his podcast after the show so that you can get the perspective he wants to further ram down your throat. What do you guys have to say about that?
I agree. I mean, he's just trying to saturate the market. He's going to England over there trying to take over.
And when we started SmackDown, we went on after talking smack because
to accommodate.
Right, we didn't want to lose our audience to them, people that wanted to watch it, so we kind of threw it in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I really think that Vince is trying to kind of monopolize too much of it. Let social media have their fun. Let your wrestlers break kayfabe on there. You do not need these podcasts.
At least the live versions, because it'll still exist, but it's not going to be as fresh.
And Stevie, I don't remember who it was that was on there at the last pay-per-view, but he was a podcast guy who was neutered when he was on the panel for WWE. And the guy that they got hosting now, they're going to bring in these talented podcasters, and they're going to turn them into Michael Coles.
Well, yeah, I mean, Rosenberg, he's very outspoken, so it was kind of surprising to see him kind of be brought in. But I do see what you're saying. I think that it's kind of going to be watered down, and everything that they're going to be saying, it's going to be kind of just to further storylines, not really any kind of juicy stuff that we kind of really want.
And they're making it look like an ESPN style show. And I get if you want to bring wrestlers on any kind of Sports Center, any kind of ESPN thing, because every wrestler in the WWE is an athlete. I don't think anyone can argue that point solidly.
Of course.
Everybody is an athlete that's in there. The biggest difference is this is not a sport.
They're also entertainers.
It has predetermined outcomes. It has characters written for the script that maybe are nothing like these people and maybe are dead on. Who knows? My point being is call them athletes. Don't call it a sport. If you want to throw in some stuff in your final wrap-ups on ESPN as they're closing the show and go, hey, Brock Lesnar won the title again tonight or something like that, but they're throwing their partnership and now stealing kind of a ESPN podcast vibe for this show tonight, and I'm just not in favor of it. I think it's it's Vince just trying to now control reactions. What's he going to do then? Have a reaction show to the reaction show so he can control? I mean, like,
right?
Where does it
network? So it's up to just his subscribers to watch it and listen to it. But still,
where does it end, Stevie?
I don't know.
I
can't take over everything. We have our own little platforms.
We'll talk about it more. I like that we got 7 entrants from my final part of the thought here. I like that we got 7 entrants from Raw into the Rumble. If they have 15, we can expect 8 more. We're probably going to get 6 or 7, I hope, for tomorrow. I can't wait. As far as the brand splits go, Raw does a great job at the top. They have not created divisions beneath. I think SmackDown has come around lately, but they are putting together decent shows lately. So it remains to be seen where it's going to go. Let's hope it continues. Anybody else got anything else they want to add?
You want to finish up with the board or anything?
The board has gone off
Berto's
on
arguing with somebody.
They're fighting about Ronda Rousey versus Punk at WrestleMania and calling out who did what, and AJ
they're just
Lee
talking.
came in.
They're talking a lot about CM Punk. But one interesting thing I'll just mention is that I follow Cliff Compton on Facebook, and he had said that we're more than likely to see Chris Benoit back in WWE than we are than CM Punk.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but somebody else said on here, let's see, it was you, Brian. You'll see him in Ring of Honor or PWG.
Yeah, before. Yeah, I mean, he said that in the past too.
I would be if CM Punk truly can't get another Ultimate Fighting booking kind of thing, MMA fight, then I would not be surprised if he goes back to Ring of Honor and kind of maybe even elevates them to where they might get ECW level status of competition.
He just wrestled for that company just as a fuck you to Vince and
Why
Triple
not?
H. Yeah.
Why
There's
not?
so much talent out there. You can't have every talented person on your roster.
Because I can't see him leaving the country to go to like What Culture or something like that. Even though those would be great fits, I can't see him going to like Lucha Underground. Even though that would probably be a great fit because of whatever. Again, New Japan, I don't think he would want to leave the country. This is a guy who likes to travel by bus. You can't take your bus with you when you go
like
overseas.
The John Madden of wrestling.
Right.
So I'm just saying it is what it is. So tune in tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, after the show, as soon as I sign off here, we're going to play a clip from our 6 months anniversary show.
I don't have that.
You don't have it?
Nope.
Oh, well, then why did you put it on the production sheet?
I don't know. That's why
I don't know. So we're not going to play shit.
Not
just
yet.
ignore what I just
tease
said.
You with it.
I guess because it's Rob's show, I'll give Rob's sign-off line. Mark out like no one's watching.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at URecord Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out URecord on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.